peace, blessings, and joy. This is Yeshua. It is so wonderful to be with you once again. We are here in this place of destruction where once stood a community committed to the man who was my father, who many know as Saint Joseph. And on this site stood a place for people to gather, to cook food, to share moments together. And now it is nothing but destruction. It is a ruin. And yet I smile. Beloved, there was much joy in this place. Even sitting here, we can feel that residual energy of joy, of community and fellowship, of belonging, of private, intimate conversations and joyous shouts of approval and of praise and celebration. But also, mixed in with all of that joy, there was much heartache, there was sorrow, there was loss, there were condolences exchanged in this place. You are here to experience it all. Someone asked this channel, what is the point? And he asked me to come in and speak to this. He was working with two different clients, one who was in enormous spiritual and emotional pain, but was physically sound. And then immediately after was a client who was spiritually and emotionally in a wonderful place, but they were suffering a myriad of physical ailments, of pain, of chronic illness. And both asked him the same question. Oh, pardon me, insect. They asked, what is the point? What is the point of my suffering? My heart aches at that question. But at the same time, it is filled with joy to give you an answer, to give you some hope. This life, this experience, is a mixture of both. You would love for these perfect moments to exist forever, but that is not their nature. That is not what this realm is for. You are here to experience the beautiful, exquisite pain of joy. There is the world or your body as you wish it could be, as you wish it should be, as you think it should be. But we encourage you to embrace the brokenness, to embrace the pain. It is part of your experience here. There is a balance to it. What is the point? What is the point of my suffering? What is the point of this pain? Why did you come here to experience this? Be it physical pain or emotional or spiritual pain. What is the point of death and destruction? Beloved, death and destruction are part of growth. They are part of transformation, for nothing truly dies. These stones will return to the earth. This tree, which once stood and was carefully tended to, will return to the earth from whence it grew. Nothing is lost. But everything has its time. Everything has its season. These are not cliches, although they are often repeated as trite words of encouragement. But we want you to see the deeper meaning. We want you to see the bigger picture in these words. There is a place in your existence for joy and celebration. But if you are alive, if you are growing, if you are becoming a deeper individual, if you are becoming more layered, more complex, learning to love unconditionally, then you are learning through suffering as well. You are learning to grow through trials. You are learning to love through betrayal and heartache. You are learning to live your life to the fullest despite physical limitations. There is so much joy in your life ready to be embraced and celebrated, even and because of the pain. Those who hear this message and understand it are infinitely blessed. And if you have heard this message and you still do not understand, have patience with yourself. You will one day. The point of suffering, of pain, is that it is intertwined inextricably with your growth and development. You came here to experience joy, pleasure, connection, as well as individuality, suffering, trials, loneliness. It is far easier to stay on the other side of the veil, to allow yourself to live in the sea of connection and unconditional love from which you sprang. But you have chosen a more difficult and more prosperous journey for yourself to come here and to deepen, to become a more wise and complex being. You are the teachers. And you have come here to learn the lessons, to become masters. Embrace your pain. It is truly your greatest teacher. And embrace the joy in the pain. Peace, love, blessings, joy, growth be upon you. This was Yeshua. This is probably one of the most difficult questions I'm ever asked, and I don't pretend to say that that message completely made sense to me. But I did feel Yeshua's joy in giving it. His desire for us to fully understand the wealth of benefit, of joy that can be found in the middle of suffering. And that's a paradox. That's something I'm going to really have to struggle with integrating. But I kind of get it. I do see that. We wish we could stay like comfortable and happy all the time, but without struggle, without pain, we would grow stagnant. It is sad to be in this ruin, to see walls and stairs and benches, everything lovingly constructed at one time, and to see that it's all gone. I'll never know what this used to look like, how beautiful this place used to be. But I'd rather live in this moment. I'd rather move forward than stay stuck in the past. So I'm going to gather up my good memories of the wonderful places in my life and carry those with me, even if those places are long gone, or those people. Their benefit still sits with me in my heart and has become part of me, and I choose to carry that. And I think that can help us endure and grow through our pain. At the same time, I'm going to look for what areas of my life have crumbled, and feel great gratitude for that, feel grateful for the growth that signifies. And when I face illness and pain and struggle, to recognize that it's a mark of growth. Thanks for joining me once again. Thanks for listening to this message. Please share it with people who you think could benefit from it. And I'll see you next week, or next time. Thanks so much for joining me once again. This is Daniel Zafer-Joyce for Universal.